It's Mike Kinney, Car Stars and Roll Bars. We at the SEMA Show, Las Vegas Convention Center, Las Vegas, Nevada, 2022. Hold on to your socks. This is going to be huge, and you will definitely enjoy the ride. We're at SEMA right here, Las Vegas Convention Center, Las Vegas, Nevada, 2022. SEMA is back, baby. Walking around saying howdy, checking out all the cool technology. And for anybody that's got the manual shift, which I'm a fan of, if you haven't heard of ACT, phooey on you. I've got Rich Barsamian with me, and you guys, you're kind of, everybody else is doing the clutch stuff here. You've raised the bar a lot, right? We've got an amazing video behind them showing all the technology, and I know you can't share some of the patent and copyrighted stuff. Well, that's part of your secret sauce, man.
Well, that's a great question, man. And I'll tell you, it honestly comes down to the quality and the products that we choose.
Right.
We do a proprietary 4-stage heat treat to the diaphragms, and the diaphragms is really where the sauce is. We design our own diaphragm springs from scratch. So where other people will buy OE replacement, and they change the geometry, the pivot point of the diaphragm. We actually engineer every diaphragm spring so that you get the best of both worlds. We increase the clamp load increase over stock,
right,
and the least amount of travel, because when you take an OEM and you just change the pivot point, the travel can go up really high. Well, what happens when you have high travel? You have more wear really fast.
Yep.
So this is why we design our own diaphragm springs from scratch. We're the only company that does that in the industry. We're one of the only companies that have a 1-year warranty on all our parts, because we know how good what we make will last and it'll stand the test. We have world-class champion drivers that trust ACT, podium winners, Matt Field, Formula Drift, James Dean, 3-time winner, you know?
Perfect.
Yeah, so I would say that is really what sets us apart.
Cool. And what the name of your company says it best, Advanced Clutch Technology, right? So forgive me, there's so many moving parts on this.
Absolutely. No, and ACT is a family-owned company. We're rapidly approaching our 30th anniversary. We make our parts in the United States of America.
God bless.
That's right. And we've got a staff of over 40. We have a real factory. We make real parts. And we're just excited that we're entering into that 30th year. I'm telling you, it's incredible, Mike.
And you and I go way back, brother. And ACT, in my humble opinion, is the real deal.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more.
So what do you like best about being part of this family of ACT?
You know, the owners, Dirk and Danette Starkson, are probably the most gracious, kindest people, and they really create a company culture that really lends itself to you want to work there. I get to work there.
There you go.
And he's the kind of guy that you'll walk through walls for.
Perfect.
Because that's just how good they are. We ran out of a part, a raw material, and we couldn't get it because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So we go to another supplier. Dirk tests the parts and he says, nope, not good enough. We just won't ship.
Wow.
Because look, nobody wants to touch product more than once. Sell it once, keep it sold, right?
Keep it sold.
And there's an old saying that says, you can't manage effectively what you don't measure accurately.
Ooh, I like that.
And I like to add to that, and that is, and don't measure what you're not going to use. Why? Because people will try to stump you with graphs and this and that, but at the end, you just have to say, so what do we get to do with that data? I love data. Data sells product, but if you just want to know, like, how many widgets were sold on Mondays, nobody cares, right? So,
Beautiful.
exactly.
Excellent. So before we say goodbye, because we got a whole bunch of SEMA Show going on, I think he has an autograph session coming up momentarily. He's getting his sharpies ready. So what's your favorite hot rod?
My favorite hot rod is the 65 Mustang Fastback.
Ooh.
100%.
That 2+2 thing going on.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can't thank everybody at ACT. You got to check them out. They are the real deal. They take care of your needs. Don't go away. We got a whole bunch more SEMA coming up. Stand by. As we cruise the SEMA Show, lots of celebrities, legends that are with us throughout the week. To my right is the one and the only Kenny Bloody Youngblood. Been at this for many years. I have the pleasure to call Kenny a really good friend. He was actually our roommate for the better part of a year at one point. Over the years we've run together. So Bloody, how you doing, man?
And we're still friends.
And we're still friends.
Yeah. Doing great, Mike. What an honor to be on your show here, and what a great time here at SEMA. It's fantastic. And as far as a legend deal goes, that just means you're old.
And you have lots of activity going on. And a lot of people may not realize that you have a very strong faith-based approach you're doing. Can we touch on that just a minute? Because I think what you're bringing, that is very important as well.
Well, sure. I just, the good Lord changed my life, touched my heart, and taught me a lot of things and called me to share them. So I have a counseling ministry. If you go to alwaysananswer.org, you can learn about that. But thanks for asking, and I give credit to the good Lord above for everything I do.
Absolutely correct. And there's activities throughout the week, big time autograph session. Whenever Kenny sits in the booth, there's a mile deep of people. I think you go through your pins, you've got renderings right there on your table, and you're still doing some amazing original pieces of art. Is that correct, Kenny?
Yeah, we're still able to do it, thankfully, and I love doing it. And I love the shows, Mike, because I love people. I just love interacting and meeting people. It's great. So if you're near the SEMA Show, get over here. I think it's open to the public Friday.
Well, I think you're still figuring out. Let's talk a little bit about the car right behind you. I think you were kind of instrumental in some of that as well.
Well, I met Big John Barsamian years ago, and this, of course, is beautiful Willie's coupe.
Right.
I actually did some work for him when he had the funny cars, when he moved on from the Gasser to the Barracuda funny cars, and he had me do the lettering on one of the cars for him. And it's a great story because I was really excited to work on Big John's car, and did the best job I could on that gold leaf, and it came out beautiful. They took it up to Fremont to test that week, and they blew the clutch through the door. And so they had to repaint it, and then I re-lettered it, but some weather changed and the paint blushed and had problems, so nobody ever got to see the nice one. But anyway, John was a great guy, and of course it's always most rewarding as an artist to work for racers that want their stuff to look nice.
Absolutely.
And John certainly was one of those guys.
You bet. What's fascinating for the viewers, back in the day, it was artists like Kenny, and there's only a handful of them. If you had a funny car, you didn't stick a decal on there if Pinso Oil was your sponsor. Kenny, you painted that can of oil on the car.
Oh yeah, I call it was BC, before computers, and
before computers.
Everything was hand painted on the cars, and so I'd love going out to the track and see the new paint jobs and the lettering, and it was. Because the paint schemes are a big part of it. Imagine if all the cars were primered out there. It'd be boring as heck, And so the paint, and of course the funny cars, that's what gave them their personality, the different names and the paint schemes. And they still, some of them today, but it's corporate world now, and they're wrapped and things. But back in the day, they had a lot more personality. It was a lot of fun working on them.
So how can people learn more about your amazing art? Because you have posters, all kinds of things. How can they find you?
Just KennyYoungblood.com.
KennyYoungblood.com. Bloody, it's an honor to have you as my friend. We are thrilled to be able to spend some time with you. You got a big crowd at your booth, so you got to get back to your autograph session. We are still on the prowl at SEMA. I guarantee we got more cool stuff coming. Till then, enjoy the ride. We're We're at the SEMA Show 2022 right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, Las Vegas Convention Center. Whole bunch of cars, whole bunch of people, and lots of celebrities. To my immediate right, if you know anything about Kustoms, you may have heard of the name John D'Agostino. John, is so thrilled to have you here. How you doing, man?
Well, first off, Mike, I'm happy to be here. Looks like SEMA's back, as you can see by the crowds.
Yes.
You can see by the celebrities in attendance, people like you. We have the media here, lots of media from around the world, but I'm telling you, I'm doing great. Been very busy traveling, but ready to go to Europe in about a couple weeks. Woo. But it's all good, and I'm just happy to be here at SEMA. And I'm happy to be with Quarter Mile Foundation. I'm also at Sonex Car Care in the West Hall, signing autographs. Going to be giving out a Crystal Award of Excellence at 3:30 today.
Wow.
Sonex Car Care, West Hall, 52-185. Be there.
Beautiful. And I tell you, you've heard him talk about Sonex. That is an amazing car care product.
It's not only amazing car care, it's the biggest car care product in the world. They're in every country. The factory is huge. We got a lot of people behind us. You could find it all over the world on the internet. You could find it in Walmart. You can find it in Costco. And it works. Every product you try, and I've tried a lot of them, you're going to love it, and you're going to keep buying Sonex. So.
And you heard that from John D. Before we get you out of here, what kind of projects you got in your garage, or at least in your brain, coming up?
Well, there's a car that's been going on for 4 or 5 years. It's at my buddy's shop, Oz's Customs in Orville, California.
Right.
It's supposed to be due out for the Grand National Roadster Show in January, actually February.
Right.
And that car's been going on a while. It's a 41 Cadillac. It's the answer to Gable, which was the 41 Packard called Gable that was built in 2004.
Yes.
My friend Jerry Logan out of Oregon bought the car, and he put it on tour this year. But this is the Gable 2. And it's a 41 Cadillac. So you got the 41 Packard, 41 Cadillac, you got Gable versus Gable 2. I want to know which car is going to be the better car of the two, and I'll guarantee you, people that see both cars and say they're going to be confused. They're going to say, I love them both.
You can't pick it. And before I get you out of here, what's your favorite hot rod?
Wow.
I know I have to ask, John.
I
love you, baby.
That's really if you're talking about hot rod itself, or if you're talking about custom.
Okay, in your case, I'll change. What's your favorite custom?
Well, that's gonna be easy. I'd probably say out of all of them, the Hirohata Merc that Barris built. Yeah, that's probably, and I've had probably 10 or 20. I could tell you they're all about the same. But if I had to say, just pick one. And even though I love the Montrenga Merc, because I built one back in the late 80s, the 40 Cadillac, or 40 Mercury, but I have to say the 51 Merc Montrenga that sold for $2.1 million in Florida at Mecum. I was there. I was on the podium. I was shocked. But you know what? I don't think anybody will beat the $2.1 million for a custom car. So that's all I got to say. Hirohata, Barris, they made it happen.
They made it. It was the real deal.
Yeah, the car's over in Galpin Auto Sports. Bo Bachman owns the car. Has it in his museum. I'm glad he bought the car, because that car will be preserved forever. So, no, it's definitely my top choice of them all.
And that's a wise choice. And for the viewers, check this guy out. The reason he's called the King of Customs. You've been at this a long time. You have a great eye, and it's thrilled to have you with us, brother. Meanwhile, for all the viewers, don't go away. We have so much more SEMA coming. Until then, enjoy the ride. We're at the SEMA Show here at the Las Vegas Convention Center 2022. SEMA is back, baby. I'm not standing in my hole. To my immediate right is Tim McCarthy, one of the people I really look up to. He has amazing product. Initial rollout of it was Hushmat, followed by Zycos. We're going to be talking about those. But Hushmat, that is an amazing product, so your car sounds better. Is that a good way to put it?
Your car stays quiet.
Stays quiet.
Stays cooler, more comfortable, even these hot Las Vegas summers.
Oh, yeah, baby.
It's insulated and it's sound deadened. So you get all the good creature comforts in hot rods, trucks, vans, heavy trucks, you name it. If it's on wheels, if it floats, we can treat it.
Take care of it. full disclosure, we put his Hushmat and our baby, we call our Superbird 2.0. Even the stereo sounded better.
Right on.
Right?
I mean, sound quality, drive and ride quality, everything about it is awesome.
And unlike some of the other products out there, you don't have to have special gloves on so you don't get cut up. You can just trim this with a pair of scissors and stick it and go, right?
That's exactly right. We use tennis balls, rollers, really simple pair of hands and a pair of scissors.
Perfect.
That's all you need.
Pair of hands and a pair of scissors. Now tell me, and so you check out Hushmat on their website, you'll learn more, but you've got some amazing Zycoat products. So you have Zyclear and Zybar. Let's talk about those in order, buddy.
You know, we're really excited about Zyclear. We developed the first high temperature, high gloss clear coat that maintains gloss in hot and cold cycles. It does it yellow. It's 4 microns thick. So you're talking a micro thin coating that keeps that type of gloss on a header, on a turbo, on a manifold.
Okay. Now, just wait a minute. I'm an old beat up hot rodder. So you do that on headers.
Yes, sir.
You got your big blown Hemi motor.
Right on.
You're out running around in Las Vegas in August. And after you've been playing with the car, the header's going to look like that.
You pop the hood and it looks just like that.
Wow.
Pretty cool stuff.
Wow. So is there going to be different colors available?
You know, the clear is what it is. I mean, it's a high gloss. It's a top coat as well. So you can top coat over our Zybar product. Zybar is a heat dissipation coating that keeps the underhood temperatures down, keeps, basically it eliminates the need for ugly wraps and blankets and all that crap. This is a product that you do a single coat. It'll lower the underhood temperatures by over 40%.
That's why just the Zybar, dramatic reduction in heat.
Right on. Dramatic reduction in underhood temperature.
So how do they find you guys?
They find us at zycoat.com or at hushmat.com.
Hushmat.com.
Really simple.
Okay, so before we leave, because this guy's always got something around the corner, what are you playing with next for a product?
What's coming next is the next generation of the clear.
Really?
We've got PRI. We will unveil the Mac Daddy of the clear coats, and we're super excited about it. When you look, it's just this industry, Mike, right? We've talked about it 1,000 times. Yeah. It's just awesome here at SEMA. It's come back. Phenomenal. It's alive, and I mean, the vibe here is just unbelievable.
It is so cool. Once again, how do people find you guys?
You know what? They go online. Just go to hushmat.com.
There you go.
Or zycoat.com.
Pretty easy.
Give us a call. We'd love to help you.
And Tim McCarthy, before we let you go, because our show's all about hot rodding, what's your favorite hot rod?
Dude, I got to tell you, man, oh man, it's a long list.
Yeah,
but
top two?
I kind of like the 63 split window. Oh. I gotta say, it's an old-time favorite.
She's kind of sexy.
Right on.
Well, brother, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us. I know you got all kinds of customers lined up wanting to talk to you about this amazing set of products between the Hushmat and the Zycoat. In the meantime, boys and girls, we are far from done at SEMA. Don't go too far. We'll be right back. And until then, enjoy the ride. We're at SEMA, Las Vegas Convention Center 2022 to my immediate right, unless you live under a rock and never have seen anything going on. Not that rock. This is Bill by God Goldberg, Mopar guy, amazing actor, celebrity, Mopar guy.
Thank you very much.
So, man, it's great to have you here. Thanks for fitting in your schedule.
It's an honor and a privilege.
And you got Mike Musto right beside you, Mopar guy, right? We see a train here with Hemmings. We got the Dodge Cheap Donut Maker. We're not sure what that is, but
we're sure what
I'm digging the title, right?
We held a contest throughout the summer, and ultimately we wanted to choose the person as the pedestrian, not a social media influencer,
right,
not a celebrity, not a big known car guy like this dude. But just a member of the public, right? To represent the Dodge brand. And
he be the dude.
He's the dude.
I saw you. I think I voted for you.
See?
Woo, there it is.
So let's just say that Dodge picked the right guy. Now everyone else was a good representative also.
Yes, they did.
But that competition, that week, those events, he was our man, and we couldn't be any happier with our decision. And I think he can probably tell you at the same time that it's been quite beneficial for him too.
Quite beneficial.
As a car guy.
As a car guy. We got to talk to Mike Musto. Hemmings, we got the chance to share a stage. Muscle Cars, the strip here in Las Vegas. We got the same hair color. We both like wing cars. We're hard into Mopars, so it's kind of working. I see a trend here.
Well, I'll tell you, it's really interesting because when you talk to both these guys, like I met Bill, it's over 15 years ago when we did a television show together, and the best thing that Bill ever did was Bill came over to me, and there were Lamborghinis and all these other cars, and I had my '68 Charger, and Bill goes, "I don't care what you do on this show, do not ruin this car."
Well said,
That's
brother.
literally what he said.
100%.
And we've been friends ever since. And then Preston came on as the chief donut maker. Not only is he the perfect gentleman to fill that role, but he's a role model for kids out there. He blurs that line between.
He fits in with exactly what we do and what we stand for
That's
and what
exactly
Dodge stands for.
Yeah.
You know?
Beautiful. So real quick, Preston, what caused you to say, well, I want to become the chief donut maker? Are you possessed? What happened, man?
Man, when I saw Goldberg talking about this kick-ass position for a representative for Dodge, and I'm like, all right, I ordered a Hellcat. I'm a kick-ass guy. Let me just see if I can make it happen. Over 175,000 people applied, and I was the guy to win #1. I'm super humble, and I'm appreciative to be in this position, and I couldn't be happier, honestly.
So now you see, I mean, you don't see his driving skills, and you can't read his passion, but you can hear it.
Oh, absolutely, brother.
And
absolutely.
He's a terrific representative to take it out to future Mopar fans, to take it out to the kids, to take it out in the hood, to take it out on Beverly Hills, to take it everywhere. The point is that these vehicles translate to everybody across the board: green, black, purple, Jewish, Christian, Korean, it don't matter. We're all car guys and girls. And that's what brings us together. And we want to get out to any and all of those separate niches to make sure that everybody gets to experience these kick-ass cars, whether it be an unbelievable Daytona,
Superbird, or Superbird,
it's same family. I've got or the new products, right? They all have the heart and soul that we all have.
Absolutely.
And that's what brings us together. And truly, SEMA has some of the coolest cars in the world, and some of the best builders in the world.
And some of the best celebrities in the world.
And some of the best products in the world. But the reason why I come is my friends.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's why we're here. And it's a common bond that we all have. It's a way to express ourselves, and we're going to blow the hell out of it before these electric vehicles take our individuality away and we become sheep, because none of us will ever be sheep.
None of us going to be sheep. It's not my DNA and y'all's DNA, not the cheap donut man. And I like what y'all talked about too. For all the viewers, find something where you can make a difference for a child.
100%.
I don't care what you get so much more.
That had a lot to do with us picking him too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, his heart, not just what he has in his head and his memory and with these cars, but what he has in his heart and how he wants to share it with the next generation. That's an integral part of what Dodge does, and it's an integral part of what Mike Musto and I do every day.
Exactly.
No.
You can't take. I got the pleasure. I'm referred to as a CASA. I'm a court-appointed special advocate, and I help a foster child who really has nobody stable in their life. I take them through the court system till they age out.
That's awesome.
I get more out of them than I ever could, but it's all the difference in the world.
That's
Bill,
man, it's all about.
You're always a hoot, brother.
Thank you,
Michael, my brother from another mother, right? And our new chief donut maker, Preston. Guys, we can't thank you enough for being with me. Viewers, don't go away. We got a lot more of SEMA coming. And until then, enjoy the ride. We're here at the SEMA Show, Las Vegas Convention Center 2022. And you know, everybody's talking about the EV cars and they're so quiet. Wouldn't it be kind of neat to have a little throaty rumble with it? Because we all kind of grew up with some of that. Well, I got David Borla with me, Borla Exhaust. And you guys, once again, are going to redefine coolness, because in fact, you now can have a great sound with your EV vehicles, all right?
Yeah, we're bringing back a sense of soul to these cars. You know, It's really, they've been missing a soul. And anybody who grew up performance driving or does a lot of performance driving. I mean, sound is a big part of that. The feedback you get, the vibration that you get, going deep into a corner, accelerating up an on-ramp, you know, all that kind of stuff, shift points and all types of things that are missing from these cars. So, you know, our product is not, it's not a noise maker. I mean, you can go to the grocery store and find a car, you push a button and it goes vroom, or you can make your Tesla fart, and, you know, like, you know, this isn't that. This is a real performance product. We're getting data off the CAN bus that tells us throttle position and wheel speed and load on the engine and RPM and gear and all those things, and we're bringing all that stuff back, and it's recordings of Borla exhaust systems from iconic cars like Mustangs and Corvettes and Camaros and other things, and through the app you can change cars. So if you want a Mustang or you want a Corvette or you want a Camaro, and then we offer multiple sound levels for each of those cars. You can control the volume, you can turn it off. We've added filters and effects and other things, and so the all the hardware mounts to factory locations with factory connectors, so you're not modifying the vehicle in any way. You can put it back to stock if you want to, although you won't want to.
You probably won't want to.
You know, you don't have to cut any wires or use any electrical tape or anything Mickey Mouse like that, and it's really hard to show in a place like this, even though we're allowed to start it and you know, rev it. You really have to drive it. It's a real experience, but it brings back that whole visceral connection, that whole performance driving connection. And then also it allows you to personalize it a little bit. You can choose your own sound and modify it a little bit, and you have something that's unique to you.
Unique to you. And you guys been around since, I got to check your shirt, 1978?
1978, yep. Yeah,
wow.
My parents started this company, so cool. I stand on the shoulders of giants.
Right on. So I got to ask, you guys been around for a long time, very successful, innovation. So what's kind of your secret sauce?
You know, we just get up every day and do it. We don't rest on our laurels. We don't take anything for granted, and we get up early and fight like everybody else, man.
I love it. So how can people find you and learn more about this amazing program for EVs?
www.borla.com.
Borla.com. It doesn't get any easier than that. And just think how cool it's going to be for your EV car to have the throat back.
Right on. Yeah. Can't wait to show you guys.
You got to check these guys out. I want to thank David Borla and everything they're doing. We're far from done at the SEMA Show this year. Stand by. Don't go too far away. Until then, enjoy the ride.